Hi everyone, it's me Veronica and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about my last book box from Book of the Month. So if you guys are curious as to what book, or in this case books, I've received, then grab a drink and a snack and stick around. So I've been having Book of the Book Month boxes come to me for the past 2-3 months maybe. And I just had to stop getting them for a while. I did change jobs, so right now it's not in my budget. As much as I would like it to be, it just isn't right timing right now for me. So I have to wait. So rather than just pause the subscription, I just canceled it for the time being. I can always go back and resubscribe to it with no problem. But the books, these were books for June. And I will actually give you guys a sneak peek first. So the inside of the box says, "You've got great taste." And this time I actually chose 3 books. I did have some credits left over from previous boxes. So the book that I chose for the month of June is actually Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this one takes place in Malibu, August of 1983. And it says it's the day of Nina Riva's annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at a fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivas. Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud, one a championship surfer, the other a renowned photographer, and their adored baby sister Kit. Together, the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the offspring of the legendary singer Mick Riva. The only person not looking forward to the party of the year is Nina herself, who never wanted to be the center of attention, and who has also just been very publicly abandoned by her pro tennis player husband. Oh, and maybe Hud, because it is long past time for him to confess something to the brother from whom he's been inseparable since birth. Jay, on the other hand, is counting the minutes until nightfall, when the girl he can't stop thinking about promised she'll be there. And Kit has a couple secrets of her own, including a guest she invited without consulting anyone. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Riva mansion will have gone up in flames. But before that first spark in the early hours before dawn, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the loves and secrets that shape this family's generations will all come rising to the surface. Malibu Rising is a story about one unforgettable night in the life of a family, the night they each have to choose what they will keep from the people who made them and what they will leave behind. So it sounds like an interesting story. Of the 5 titles that were available for this month, this was the one that appealed to me the most. And I know a lot of other people, bookstagrammers, booktubers, they've also chosen this book, so it'll be interesting to see what all of us think about it. If you guys did get Book of the Month, let me know which of the 5 titles you chose, or if you chose more than one of the monthly titles, let me know down in the description box below. Then the next book I chose, I've heard a lot about on BookTube and Bookstagram. It is called The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. And this story is actually a retelling of the book Jane Eyre. And for those of you guys who may not be familiar with Jane Eyre, Jane was a young girl who was orphaned. Her father had passed away, and she was left with an aunt that didn't really want her, so she sent her away to a school. And the school kind of had really strict punishments, but then she goes on to being a governess for a little girl in this huge house, and the owner of the house doesn't really like children. He just wants to be left alone. He goes on business trips a lot, but he has a secret, and Jane finds out what the secret is. And in this case, it's, as you can probably tell from the title, it is a good thriller type book. It definitely has piqued my interest. I actually do have a copy of Jane Eyre. If it's not here, it's packed away in storage with my other books. But I did read Jane Eyre once, and I have seen the movies, so I definitely understand what the story is about. So I can't wait to dive into this one. At some point, I will get to it. But when I do, I will definitely let you guys know what my thoughts were about it. And then the last book that I chose is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. Now, I have heard a lot of different things about this author. All of them are good, mind you. I've heard that a lot of people have read this book and liked it. Very few didn't like it. But I'm willing to give any book a chance. And the summary for this book is: born with a gift for music, Nana Mozart has just one wish: to be remembered forever. But even as she delights audiences with her masterful playing, she has little hope she'll ever become the acclaimed composer she longs to be. She is a young woman in 18th century Europe, and that means composing is forbidden to her. She will perform only until she reaches a marriageable age. Her tyrannical father has made that much clear. As Nannerl's hope grows dimmer with each passing year, the talents of her beloved younger brother Wolfgang only seem to shine brighter. His brilliance begins to eclipse her own, until one day a mysterious stranger from a magical land appears with an irresistible offer. He has the power to make her wish come true, but his help may cost her everything. So, the fact that this is based on the Mozart family piqued my interest. I do like classical music a lot. And the fact that I'm willing to give Marie Lu's book a chance. I know to you guys it might not seem like much, but to me it is. I've heard a lot about this author, a lot of good things about her writing style. A lot of people do like her writing style. So a few booktubers that I follow and that I do talk with have liked this book a lot. A few of them are actually starting to read it now or are going to read it in the fall. So this will definitely be another interesting book to add to my TBR list. For those of you guys who know, I do have a very large TBR list. Not gonna lie, this year I set a reading goal of 50 books to read. I know we're halfway through 2021 already, and I believe I've read either 6 or 8 books this year so far. So a little behind schedule, but things happen. And then the last thing they always include in every box is a bookmark, whether you get one book or all 5. But this one, it always has the Book of the Month logo on one side. And I honestly like this month's bookmark. It says, "I love having the last word." And yes, this bookmark is true. This definitely would apply to me, hands down. If you ask any of my friends that have known me for a very long time or a family, they'll tell you this definitely applies to me. So, of the 3 books that I got, what was your favorite? And have you read any of them? Or do you plan to read them? So let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys have ever gotten Book of the Month, what are your thoughts on it? Did you like it? would you recommend them to a friend or family member to subscribe to? So until next time, I hope you guys are having a lot of fun, staying safe, and enjoy reading. Hi everyone, it's Veronica and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually going to be the June Classic book box from I Smell Books. So if you guys want to know what came in this box as well as what the theme is, then grab a drink and a snack and stick around. So as I said in the intro, this is the Classic edition box for the month of June, and our theme for this month was the picture of Dorian Gray. Now this box did come yesterday in the mail, and I did have some help via my 3-year-old godson. He assisted me in taking out all of the packing wiggly worms, because I know you guys saw, if you did see the last video, you guys saw how much I was struggling with that, but I kept it in for you guys. But it does make it a lot easier for me when I go to do the unboxing videos to not have the extra craziness and mess of the packing worms. So I did try to film this earlier, but because of noises from outside, it was too distracting. So I figured, let me wait till tonight and film it at nighttime for you guys. So I will give you guys your cheeky sneak peek as to what came inside. And here you guys go. So on top we do have a print, and it is Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. Now the only thing that I do know about this story is from a movie that I've seen called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, in which one of the characters is Dorian Gray, and he does play a pivotal role in the film. So if you guys have ever heard of the film and not seen it, it is a great film to watch. There are a lot of different literary characters involved in that story, and it was really interesting. But I've never read Dorian Gray, so I'm actually looking forward to reading it. Then the next item we have in the box is a pair of socks, and most of you guys who've been watching my channel know that in every box you do get a pair of socks, and they are themed with the theme of the box. So this time they are purple with blue and yellow, and until today I did not know what the phrase YOLO meant. I mean, I'm 42 and I had no clue. So I asked my friend and housemate, and he's like, oh, that means, you only live once. And I'm like, okay, now I understand why this was chosen to go with the theme for Dorian Gray. But they are comfortable socks. I'm actually wearing a different pair of socks right now from a previous box, and they are great to wear just around the house, or even when you go out. It adds a little bit of pop and color to your outfits. Okay, whatever makes you comfortable, go with it. Then the next thing we have is a double-sided bookmark. And in this case, it does have the maroon tassel. And on one side is a picture of Dorian Gray. And then on the other side, we have another picture of Dorian. I'm guessing it's when he's either older or when something happens in the story. But there are some words written in cursive handwriting on both sides, but it's kind of really faint and hard to see. So I'm guessing maybe it's part of the story itself that's written on here. I don't know. But I do love a good bookmark, and I do have a lot of books, so this will definitely come in handy. And sorry about that. Neighbors are starting to come in, so you might hear some noises in the background. The next item we have is actually a candle, and this is actually the first candle that I've received from I Smell Books. And I don't know about you guys, but I do like candles. I do like getting candles in boxes. So this is perfect. And it says, I smell books, classically lit candles, the picture of Dorian Gray. And this is hand poured soy wax candle, and it's actually 9 ounces. And it has the same design on the label as it did on the bookmark, with the 2 versions of Dorian Gray. Now this does have a screw-on lid, so it's definitely good for if you have kids around or pets. You don't have to worry about it being just a pop-off candle lid. You know, I've never smelled a soy wax candle before, so I don't know if they're supposed to have a distinct smell. But to me, this smells like an old library smell, like an old books type of smell. And it's an interesting smell, don't get me wrong. I do like it. So I will definitely ask my roommates or housemates to smell it and see if the smell might bother them. Because I do want to take into consideration, anyone else that might have allergies or like asthma like I do. I want to be considerate of them before I light the candle. Then next we actually have an old brooch style piece, and it looks like it could be a pin, but it actually isn't a pin. It does have a little circle loop on here that you can always put it on a chain and wear it as part of a necklace, or even attached to a keyring if you want. It's entirely up to you, but it is a Victorian skeleton with a hat. And this was actually designed by our shop, Bookish and Pins. So they did a really great job with it. It's like the perfect little accessory, like come time, like for October, for Halloween. So it's definitely perfect for that, or just in general if you like that type of style. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the box. Then we also have our monthly pin, and this was also designed by our shop, Bookish and Pins. And you can see there, it's the Victorian skeleton with the top hat, and then the old Victorian like picture frame. The picture frame actually kind of reminds me of the picture frames like from the Haunted Mansion ride, or even if you've seen that movie. But it's very similar style to that. And I believe that this is, starting with this box, there's going to be like a series of pins coming out. And this was actually supposed to be the first in this series. But I know if you do see any of the items in this video that you did like from this box, I'm pretty sure we do have them in stock over on Bookish and Pins, and possibly also some information about it over on ismellbooks.com. And you can use my rep code Scarlet10 on either site for 10% off of your order. And my rep code is good through June 30th. That's actually the last day of my rep term for the company. I am going to reapply to be a rep for the next term coming up, starting in July. We do have a lot of great themes coming up. I can tell you July's classic theme is going to be Arabian Nights. So if you guys are ever, curious about like the Aladdin type theme for Arabian Nights, then make sure you guys get your hands on the box. And we also still have our YA theme box as well available. And there's now going to be a new box called a mystery box, where it could be past books included in it. It could be swag. It could be pins. It's literally going to be a mystery, and you won't know what you get in the box until you open it. So it will be a great surprise for yourself or for your friends, or even coworkers that you know who love to read. But our next item from the box is actually a mug, and it actually has the same design on both sides. It's actually the copy of the print that I showed you guys earlier from the title of the book, and it's just a small cute little mug for like coffee or tea or hot chocolate, especially like with this weather changing, flip-flopping back and forth the way it's been lately. Some mornings you just want to wake up and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea in the morning and sit down and relax, or even at night sit down, curl up with a good book, and just have a drink before you go to sleep. But it is the perfect size mug. I know I have small hands, so it's definitely perfect for me to hold on to with no problem without dropping, hopefully. But this is actually the third mug I've received from the company. The first mug was from the Alice in Wonderland box. Then the second mug was from the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And now I have the Picture of Dorian Gray mug. So I'm slowly getting a mug collection and adding to it little by little. And then the last two items that we have in our box for this month are actually the two books. The first book we have is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And it looks like it's almost like faux suede type of a feel to it, but it also looks like it's a hardback book, but as you see, it isn't. It's actually a paperback with paperback style, but it is neat. I do like the quote on the back by Oscar Wilde. It says, live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. So I've never read Dorian Gray. I'm hoping I will be able to understand it and comprehend it. If you guys have ever read the classic novels, let me know down in the comments below. What was your favorite classic book that you've read so far, or is there a classic book that you would like to read in the future? And then our other book that we received is actually called The Door That Led to Where by Sally Gardner. And this is a Prince Honor winner. And the little blurb on the front says, will he find a fresh start in the present or in the past? And the synopsis is, A.J. Flynn has just failed all but one of his major exams. And at almost 17 years old, he sees a future that's far from rosy. So when he's offered a junior clerk position at a London law firm, he hopes that his life is about to change, and it does. But he could never have imagined how much. While on the job, AJ finds an old key labeled with his birth date, and he's determined to find the door it will open. When he does just that, AJ and his group of scrappy friends begin a series of amazing journeys to the past, 1830 to be exact. And they quickly realize that hardship, treachery, and love haven't changed too much in almost 200 years. When they discover a crime that only they can solve, the boys go from wayward youths to intrepid young men with a purpose in life. But with enemies all around, can they unravel the mysteries of the past before the past unravels them? So this does sound like an interesting book to read. I do like time travel adventures. I like more so like going into like the past and like the history of it. So this sounds like a book that might be up my alley. It doesn't seem like a very long book, so it shouldn't be too difficult to read. So I will definitely be adding this to my ever-growing TBR pile, and I will let you guys know what my thoughts are when I do get around to reading it. So that was everything for the June Classic I Smell Books box. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite item or items were from this box, if you received it, or if you just came along on my channel by chance, let me know what your favorite item was in the video. And also, if you are new and you would like to see more videos from me, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you guys will always be notified whenever I post a new video. I do have some plans for some videos in the future. I'm still working on them, but I know I do have another video to film. Hopefully I can film it tonight. If not, I'll definitely film it tomorrow for you guys, and that is my book of the month box, so that you guys can see what I got in that box. And I also do want to film my TBR pile, as well as my Goodreads goal for the year, since we're already pretty much halfway through the year already. I mean, who would have thought it's already June and we're already halfway through the year? So there are a lot of books yet to read and to be read on my list. But you know, it happens. Things happen and time just gets away from you at times. So until next time, I hope you guys stay safe, have fun, and don't forget to curl up with a good book.